Today's affirmation is I forgive myself. Think about this scenario for a moment. A good friend comes to you and says, "Hey, I really need to talk to you about my relationship. Every time I make a mistake, they tell me I'm stupid. They say stuff like, 'How could you do something like that? You seriously thought that was a good idea? You are obviously not as smart as you think.'" And then when I come to them really excited about a new project, they go, "Remember when you said you were going to finish that other project you were really excited about? You didn't. You're probably not going to finish this new one either. Why even bother starting?" So after hearing that, what advice would you give your friend? Leave the person? Ask them why they let someone treat them like that in the first place? Tell them you deserve better. You wouldn't want your friend to be in a relationship with someone like that, and you tell them so. But what would you tell yourself about your relationship with you? As I'm recording this, it's the last few hours on the last day of the year. For many of us, this year has been a lot. It came with some high highs and some really low lows. And when things go bad, our tendency is to treat ourselves much like that scenario we just ran through. We talk down to ourselves. We get angry about scenarios that aren't even in our control, like getting caught up in a massive layoff, or getting sick, or trusting someone who ended up breaking their promise. Stop it. Forgive yourself. You're not stupid. You're not incapable of success. You're not broken. Forgive yourself. And that decision you're upset over, you made it based on all the information you had available at the time. Sure, you would have done something different if you knew then what you know now, but you didn't. You made the best decision you could at the time. Forgive yourself. With today's activity, we're going to get specific about that forgiveness, and I'm going to give you a couple of different ways to do it. You're welcome to listen through now, and then when you have time, go back and complete them. The first way is to write things down, to journal. And if you don't have a formal journal, which I do highly recommend getting, pull out a piece of paper and get something to write with. On the first line, write your name, comma, I forgive you. So for me, it would be Tehiana, I forgive you. On the next lines, until you feel finished, write, I forgive you for, and then finish the sentence. For example, I forgive you for calling me names. I forgive you for putting other people's needs before mine. I forgive you for holding yourself back to keep the peace. And again, continue this until you feel like you have nothing else to write, until you feel like you've gotten it all out there. And on the very last line, simply write your name, comma, I love you. All is forgiven. Then go back through your paper and read it out loud. The second way to complete the activity is through mirror work. So for this, you would find a room with a mirror, or you would use the selfie cam on your device. You look at yourself, and yes, I know that might feel a little bit awkward for some, but look at yourself. And we're going to repeat the same things that we did with the journal writing exercise, except say them out loud. You're going to look at yourself and say your name, I forgive you. Then say out loud, one by one, the things you want to forgive yourself for. And as with the written exercise, when you're done, say your name, I love you, all is forgiven. There's no time frame for this activity, but give yourself at least 15 minutes. And when you're done, mean it. Don't keep carrying it inside. And know that it's okay if you have to do this activity again in the future. For most of us, it's never one and done. We're works in progress, and that's okay. When we trip up, we have things like these exercises to go back to bring us back to center. Before we sign off, repeat today's affirmation with me 3 times. I forgive myself. I forgive myself. I forgive myself. If this episode resonated with you, please let me know in the comments. If you'd like to show your support or learn from me in other ways, go to linktree/inspiredmedia1. It's linktr.ee/inspired with a D, media and the number 1. And it's also in the episode description. Until next time, have a great day and an amazing new year.